everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to take a look at the Archer and Olive Calliograph brush pen and practice lettering set. This was part of the September subscription box, and it's okay though because they are bringing this into their store. I believe it'll be released with their full collection, which they mentioned was the end of September. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. This is a brush and fine tip in one pen. It is water-based and non-toxic. I don't know if it's going to be coming in the same boxes or not, but I really do love these boxes. This was included with the subscription box. And so these are the Calliograph pens. Now, these, as the box says, are water-based, and this is not to be confused with their acrylograph. The acrylograph is a paint-based pen, and this is a water-based pen. So that's the difference between the two. This one you're going to have a lot of opacity on black or craft paper, as well as fantastic on white paper. And then these are probably only going to work on the white paper because they'll be less opaque. Okay. So in this set, there were 5 pens, and what makes these super special is that you have your thick brush pen on the one side, and then you have a thinner brush tip on the other side. Now, I've been told this brush tip is comparable with the Pentel Touch and the Tombow Fudenosuke, so we'll take a look and see. And this is obviously looks comparable to the Tombow, but again, we'll take a look and see and compare those pens. Now, the other exciting thing about these pens is that the color tones are a little bit different depending on what side you use. So one side is a little bit darker than the other, and that is to help you create more depth. So for example, for shadowing, or to just use it as is. So we are going to take a look and compare them. Okay, so this is my Archer and Olive A5 notepad that I'm going to use to swatch these on and take a look at what they look like. Okay, so that's the swatching and those are the colors. As you can see, there's definite difference between the two. This is the closest, but there is a very slight. This one is darker than that one. I love them. The barrel is a little bit thicker than a Tombow. So if we look, it's got more girth to it than the Tombow does. Sometimes my hand cramps up holding a Tombow because of how thin the base is, but this has got a nice thick base to it, which I really like. Let's take a look at the tips. The Calliograph is it's a smaller tip, but it's girthier than the Tombow. The Tombow cut is more like streamlined and more conical in shape. I do like the stiffness of the Calliograph tip. Now, I don't know if that's going to loosen up a little bit the more you use it, but I really do like how it's got some give to it, but for the most part, it holds its shape. Like the edges don't, or the tip doesn't flare out. So for size comparison, this is the Tombow. So the Tombow the tip is a little floppier, a little looser than the Calliograph. So if we grab the Fudenosuke, Tombow Fudenosuke, so that's your Tombow Fudenosuke, and then let's use our Calliograph. So this is kind of the opposite. The thinner tip on the Calliograph is a little bit looser than the Fudenosuke, and I actually like that a lot more because this is a lot more forgiving, especially if you're practicing calligraphy. This is a breeze to use. Like, this was easier for me to do than this line. Let's compare the two quickly. So sorry, this one's well used, so it's just a little bit bented. So the Calliograph has a thicker nib than Fudenosuke, not by much, but the Fudenosuke is a lot stiffer than the Calliograph. And if we grab the Pentel Touch. I would say that the Calliograph is somewhere between these two. So this tip is very stiff, this one's a little bit floppier, the Calliograph is right in between. So again, if we look at the two tips, this one is a little bit more conical so that it kind of comes out a bit more, which means it's a little bit floppier than the Calliograph. If you enjoyed this quick review of the Calligraphs, I am an affiliate with Archer and Olive. If you have any additional questions, just let me know down in the comments below and I will take a look at them and let you know. I also have a blog post where I will have the color swatches and the comparisons to these on the blog for you to get a closer look at. I'm not including them in my official brush pen review comparison chart just yet because they aren't widely available yet, but I will definitely be updating the chart. They don't have a price yet. I'm going to assume they're going to be comparable to the acrylographs. I don't know if that's a fair assumption. I will update the comparison chart once the prices are released and we can take a look and see. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like my content, I would love it if you subscribed and liked this video. And you can also go check out some of my more creative planning videos or my video where I review the Funosuke versus the Pentel Touch. Thank you so much for your time today.